Hello everyone, welcome back to Twilight Tales. Tonight's story will crawl under your skin and whisper secrets you were never meant to hear. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because the more eyes on our tales, the more powerful the nightmares become. Now lay back, dim the lights, and let the darkness speak. It started with a dream. That's what I told myself the first night. Just a strange dream. Nothing to worry about. I had dozed off sometime after midnight. The apartment was silent. My phone dead. The TV still glowing faintly. When sleep came, it came heavy like a weighted blanket suffocating my mind. Then suddenly I was standing in a room I didn't recognize. It wasn't mine. I could see pale blue wallpaper, a dresser covered in bottles I'd never owned, and a window facing a street I didn't know. I reached out to touch the wall, and the sensation was real, cold, textured. I looked down at my hands. They weren't mine. The fingers were longer, thinner. A gold band wrapped around the ring finger. My skin was a tone darker, veins slightly raised. I staggered back, panic flickering. I tried to speak, to scream, but no sound came. Not from me. Instead, I felt her. Not just in the mirror. Yes, there was a mirror on the far wall, and it showed a woman in her late 30s with short black hair and hollow eyes. But inside, like I was behind her face, seeing what she saw, feeling what she felt. She turned, walked out of the room, and I went with her. That first night, all she did was walk. Through the halls of her home, into a small nursery. She looked at the empty crib and began to cry. Not sobbing, not wailing. Just soft, silent tears like she didn't even know they were falling. And then I woke up. Cold sweat soaked my sheets. My heart was galloping, my throat dry. I sat up trying to shake the image. It was too real, too vivid. But again, I told myself it was just a dream. It wasn't. The second night, it happened again. I didn't fall asleep intentionally. I'd been trying to stay awake, headphones blaring, TV flashing, but somewhere around 2:30 a.m. the world slipped away, and I was her again. She was driving this time. I watched through her eyes as the headlights carved tunnels into a rural road, trees pressing in from either side like hungry shadows. Her hands gripped the wheel tightly. A GPS on the dashboard blinked, recalculating over and over again, though no turns appeared. Then a voice whispered from the back seat. I couldn't hear it clearly, but she could. Her body flinched. She jerked her head around. No one was there. She started to cry again. I could feel her thoughts, or something close to them. Not words, feelings, shapes, the sharp edge of loss, the overwhelming fear of being watched, the guilt. Oh, the guilt was a thick, sticky thing that clung to everything she touched, and then she hit the brakes. She slammed them so hard that the car spun sideways, skidding to a stop in the middle of that endless road. Breathing hard, she stared at the rearview mirror, whispering something. I didn't mean to. And then, darkness. I woke up screaming. After that, I stopped pretending it was just my imagination. Each night it got worse, longer, clearer. I wasn't just seeing what she saw anymore. I was living it. Feeling it. Drowning in her emotions like they were my own. Sometimes I'd wake up crying and couldn't remember why. Her name was Angela. I never heard it spoken. but I saw her mail one night when she opened the front door. Angela R. Holbrook. A name with weight, with sadness carved into each syllable. Angela lived alone. Her husband was gone, divorce, death, I couldn't tell. But there was a child, a girl, gone too. And that was the epicenter of the horror. She had dreams too, nightmares. I saw them while inside her. Dreams where the crib was full of black water, bubbling. Dreams where her daughter stood in the hallway staring with eyeless sockets, whispering in a voice that sounded like rusted hinges. Why did you leave me? But there was more than guilt haunting her. Someone, or something, was with her. I began to notice it on the fourth or fifth night. Just a flicker at first. A reflection in the glass. A face not hers behind her shoulder. Sometimes it would appear in her peripheral vision, and she would freeze, too terrified to look. I would have thought it was just her trauma if not for one terrifying fact. It followed me. The sixth night, after waking from her world, I walked to my bathroom in a daze. My eyes were still adjusting, and for a moment I caught it, in the mirror. A shape. Tall. Thin. No face. Just a mouth. A mouth that smiled too wide and didn't move when I did. I blinked, and it was gone. I didn't sleep the next night. I couldn't. But the night after that, exhaustion won, and I was back. Angela was standing in her kitchen staring at a knife. The voice whispered again, "Do it." She picked it up, brought it close to her wrist, then dropped it. Her hand was shaking violently. She sank to the floor, rocking back and forth. That's when she noticed me. Her eyes went wide. She looked straight ahead, straight at a hallway mirror. I saw her expression change from sadness to confusion, then horror. Because in the reflection, I was there. Me. My face, standing behind her eyes. She screamed, and I woke up with a nosebleed. That day I searched online for her name. Angela Holbrook. It didn't take long. She'd lived 2 states over. The house matched. The nursery. The front yard. Everything. But she was dead. Had been for 2 months. Died by suicide. Left a note that only said, "I couldn't find her. She won't forgive me." The obituary listed her daughter's name, Emily Holbrook, age 5. Presumed. Drowned. They never found the body. So, how? How was I seeing through her eyes if she was dead? That question haunted me more than anything else, until I realized I wasn't dreaming anymore. Even when I was awake, shadows stretched too far. Reflections took a heartbeat longer to match my movements. I'd feel hands brushing my back in empty rooms. I'd hear lullabies in my walls at night, and when I finally slept again, I was him, a man I'd never seen before. I realized it instantly. The body was wrong, heavier, taller. The room was unfamiliar, a basement dim and damp. Tools hung from the walls. There was something on the table, something small, wrapped in a pink blanket. My stomach turned. He was humming, a song I recognized. "Hush, little baby, don't say a word," I screamed. I tried to rip myself out of him, tried to close my eyes, tried to wake up. But it was like I was chained to his mind. I could feel him smiling. This wasn't Angela. This wasn't trauma. This was evil. And it was alive. The next day, I called out sick from work. I tried everything. Sage, salt circles, candles, even a psychic I found online. Nothing worked. That night I didn't sleep voluntarily. I passed out and I was him again. But this time he was looking for me. I don't mean metaphorically. I mean me. He kept walking past mirrors, windows, glass cabinets, anything reflective, and watching, searching. He whispered my name. How does it feel? Seeing what I've done? He laughed. It was like gravel grinding in a garbage disposal. I didn't want to know what he meant, but I remembered the pink blanket, the nursery, Angela's guilt. This man, this thing, wasn't human. He had made her do it. He was making me next. I started avoiding sleep entirely. I bought energy pills, drank black coffee by the gallon, even tried microdosing in desperation. It worked for 3 days. On the 4th, I collapsed in my hallway. This time I wasn't just inside someone else. He was inside me. I saw my own apartment from a new angle, the ceiling, the floor, my bedroom. But I wasn't moving. He was. Walking. In my body. In my life. I screamed, but nothing came out. I fought, but I had no control. And then he turned to the mirror, and we both saw each other. Not reflections, not memories. Face to face. He smiled with my lips. You're mine now. The pain was instant, a searing, white-hot agony that cracked through my skull. My vision blurred, blood poured from my nose again. My knees hit the ground. And then, silence. Woke up in a hospital, dehydrated, exhausted. They thought I had a seizure or a psychotic break. Maybe I had. But when they left me alone that night, I looked into the mirror above the sink, and he winked. Not me. Him. Smiling with my face. I still don't know how to stop it. Every time I sleep, I lose more time. He walks more hours in my skin. I don't even know what he's doing, where he's going, who he's talking to. Sometimes I find dirt under my nails, blood I can't explain. I found a child's toy in my trunk last week, a small pink rabbit. Please, if you're hearing this, if you've ever had a dream that felt too real, don't ignore it. It's not just in your head. Sometimes when we sleep, we see through their eyes, and sometimes they see back. Thanks for watching Twilight Tales. Like, share, and subscribe before he makes you part of the next story. Good night, if you're lucky enough to wake up.